FTV.com. Two U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit stealth bomber aircraft conducted a fifth-generation integration familiarization flight with the Royal Netherlands Air Force, RNLAF, F-35A Lightning II stealth fighter jet over the North Sea on March 18. The bombers, assigned to the USAF 509th Bomb Wing and the Missouri Air National Guard 131st Bomb Wing based at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, are currently operating out of RAF Fairford, UK as part of a Bomber Task Force (BTF) deployment. Conducting interoperability missions between the B-2 and 5th generation platforms are crucial to enhancing partnership capacity and capability, said General Jeff Harrigian, U.S. Air Forces in Europe and Air Forces Africa commander. It demonstrates our ability to deliver decisive, agile and lethal combat power, alongside our NATO allies to any adversary, anytime, across the globe. Previously, the aircraft also conducted tactical integration training with Royal Air Force F-35s and Norwegian F-35s. This is the first time that B-2 seconds have integrated with Norwegian and Dutch F-35s. Airmen from the 509th BW and the 131st BW are deployed to RAF Fairford to conduct training in a joint environment with partners and allies during this BTF rotation, which began on. The U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit stealth bomber aircraft arrived at RAF Fairford, England, on March 11 for a Bomber Task Force deployment to conduct theater integration and flying training. The B-2 bombers belong to the USAF's 509th Bomb Wing and the 131st Bomb Wing based at Whiteman Air Base, Missouri. The aircraft initially arrived at Lagefeld, Azores, Portugal, and conducted bombing training runs over Garvey Island, UK. Before arriving at RAF Fairford from Lagefeld, the deployment of strategic bombers to the UK helps exercise RAF Fairford as U.S. Air Forces in Europe's forward operating location for bombers. Operating bombers from forward locations enables collective defense capabilities and provides the U.S. and NATO the strategic and operational capacity needed to deter adversaries while assuring our allies and partners, said Lieutenant General Stephen Basham, Deputy Commander of U.S. Air Forces in Europe, Air Forces Africa. The deployment also includes joint and allied training in the U.S. European Command, USEUCOM, theater to improve bomber interoperability. Integrating with our NATO allies and theater partner nations, as well as other U.S. Air Force and joint units, enables us to build enduring and strategic relationships while greatly enhancing global stability and security, said a statement from U.S. Air Forces in Europe, Air Forces Africa, USAF Africa. The U.S. Air Force has deployed its B-2 Spirit stealth strategic bomber aircraft to the U.S. European Command Area of Responsibility to conduct theater integration and flying training. The aircraft, along with airmen and support equipment, arrived at the Royal Air Force Base of RAF Fairford, England on August 27. They belong to the USAF's 509th Bomb Wing based at Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri. The deployment of strategic bombers to the UK helps exercise RAF Fairford as U.S. Air Forces in Europe's forward operating location for bombers, said a statement by U.S. Air Forces in Europe, Air Forces Africa, USAF Africa. The deployment also includes joint and allied training in Europe to improve bomber interoperability. Training with partners, allied nations and other U.S. Air Force units contributes to our readiness and enables us to build enduring and strategic relationships necessary to confront a broad range of global challenges, the statement added. The F-35 Lightning II program made aviation history March 23 as CMDR. Ted Dutch Dickman, a U.S. Navy F-35 Lightning II test pilot, released an AGM-154 Joint Standoff Weapon, JSOW, from aircraft CF-05 over the Atlantic test ranges. The inaugural weapons separation test of the JSOW 1,000 pounds class guided glide bomb conducted by the F-35 Lightning II Patuxent River Integrated Test Force, ITF, was a major milestone for the U.S. Navy and F-35 program. The test featured the first non-Mk-80 series bomb ever released from an F-35 Lightning II. The JSOW safely separated from an internal weapons bay within the F-35C carrier variant, thereby maintaining the stealth characteristics of the aircraft. The addition of this guided glide bomb equips the F-35 Lightning II with a medium-range all-weather weapon capable of engaging targets from further vantage points well out of range of typical enemy anti-aircraft and counter-air defenses. This lethality and survivability delivers a decisive advantage over adversaries. Assigned to the Air Test and Evaluation Squadron, VX-23 aboard Naval Air Station Patuxent River in Maryland, released one JSOW during the flight. The team will release additional JSOWs throughout 2016. Working on the multi-phase testing of the F-35 Block 3F capabilities, our U.S. government, military and contractor personnel, and industry partners from Raytheon Systems Limited. The fleet of F-35 Lightning II aircraft operating at 12 different locations worldwide surpassed the 50,000 flight-hour mark in February 2016. Following the U.S. Marine Corps July 2015 Combat Ready Initial Operational Capability (IOC) declaration, the U.S. Air Force and U.S. Navy intend to attain service IOC this summer and in 2018, respectively. The AGM-154 JSOW is a Raytheon product, Lockheed Martin is the aircraft contractor and Pratt & Amp. Whitney is the engine contractor. The F-35 Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter, JSF, is a multi-role, multi-service, single-seat, single-engine strike fighter featuring next-generation stealth technology. As the backbone of U.S. air combat superiority for generations to come, the F-35 provides a common platform across three variants: the F-35A conventional takeoff and landing, CTOL, aircraft designed for the U.S. Air Force as a complement to the F-A-22 Raptor and primary air-to-ground multi-role replacement for both the F-16 Falcon and A-10 Thunderbolt II. The F-35A is significantly more lethal and survivable in the full spectrum of air-to-air and air-to-surface scenarios than its predecessors. The F-35B short takeoff vertical landing, STOVL, aircraft designed to be the single strike fighter for the U.S. Marine Corps, replacing both the AV-8B Harrier and FA-18 Hornet. The F-35